This is the Samsung Galaxy S21. Well, I'm gonna start off by saying that this phone looks really good. The aluminum rails kinda wraps around the camera hump, and the contrast of shiny gold and matte purple, it's a very brave color choice. The matte finish at the back is not just icing on the cake, it kinda makes this whole color scheme work out. And it feels really good too despite being plastic. I was a bit skeptical when I heard that the S21 now has a 1080p display instead of 1440p like before, but hey, you gotta believe me, it is one of the best 1080p displays I have ever seen. It peaks at 1300 nits, which makes it an amazing device to consume HDR content. Every task you do looks amazing, and it also feels like butter. The 120Hz refresh rate? Yeah, it's gonna spoil you forever, trust me. Working behind this great display is the Snapdragon 888. It's the latest and greatest, and it sure makes this phone perform like it should. Something that is quite surprising though is that this phone maxes out at 8 gigs of RAM and 256 gigs of storage. And they actually got rid of the microSD slot. So yeah, that's something for you to keep in mind if you're coming from older Samsung devices. Anyways, powering all of that is a 4000 mAh battery. It's fine, it lasts me throughout the day, but I'm not happy with the charging speeds. It maxes out at only 25 watts. Now compare that to the 65 watt charging speed OnePlus has. It's just too slow for modern day standard. And check this out. There's no charger in the box. Remember how they mocked Apple for not including a charger? Yeah, this is silly. Anyways, the ultrasonic fingerprint sensor is quite a bit larger and faster, which is always welcome. Samsung's One UI is now slightly better. Personally not a huge fan, but if you like the way it looks, yeah, it's a pretty good UI with some useful features. You either love it or hate it. Well, let's take a look at its cameras. The main 12 megapixel camera performs really well even in some challenging lighting conditions. The 3x telephoto lens also does a great job. You can zoom in up to 30x, but I won't recommend you to do that. While the ultra-wide camera does tend to overexpose a little bit on bright sunny days, but it's still a good camera and a pretty decent upgrade from last year. Much surprisingly though, the portrait mode on this phone works so well. It's way better than the old ones. Unfortunately, the 8K video still feels like a gimmick. I would definitely shoot 4K, at least for now. But come on, it's a brand new flagship from Samsung. I think you will be happy with this camera. So, should you get one for yourself? Well, if you're fine with the software and the whole user experience, I think it's a pretty dang good phone, especially for the price. So, as always, bye.